Yeah, well, what first drew me to the farm was learning about permaculture and sustainability and regenerative ways of being. So I came along to a couple of workshops, and then the following year I did a permaculture design course, which I really loved. A couple of years after that, I then volunteered in the market garden. And the year after that, I was on the part of the Green Army, which was a 6-month employment project where we got to be paid to work 3 days a week and then another day to do a certificate 2 in permaculture. And so we did many different things. We built the initial allotments, we did a lot of bush regen work, we did some paving, we built tables, many, lots of composting, lots of different projects. And before I had done that, there were similar projects, the Community Jobs project that had happened over a number of years where we got to build all kinds of infrastructure. I guess I did my permaculture design course in 2008. So yeah, it's been 16 years.
Yeah.
And I guess what's made me come back is really that the ethics of Northey Street City Farm, which are the permaculture ethics, caring for earth, caring for people and fair share, are just aligned with my own ethics and how I want to live. So it's a place where people share those ethics, and we are doing all different activities that are aligned with that. Yeah, and I guess I'm really lucky. I've got to do many different things here over the years, as a student, as a volunteer, as a worker. I've been a permanent staff member for 10 years, and I've gotten to do many different roles while I've been working as a staff member, particularly in education, and now as a manager. The things that I've enjoyed the most is developing the Earth Kids program. And for me, that ethic of earth care, that's really that's what Earth Kids is about. It's about fostering that care of the earth in young people, and doing it in a way that's really about supporting them to just fall in love with the earth, to really pay attention to what animals and plants live here in this place, in the place that they're in the places where they live. To learn about them, so they're curious about them and they enjoy learning about place and the beings that we are interconnected with. So yeah, it's very much about learning, but doing it in a fun way that really, builds that heart connection, so that they want to care for the places that they live in and care for the earth and people, and bring that ethic of earth care into their own life. Yeah, I guess I was really inspired by doing some courses with an American man called John Young, who's done a lot of different earth connection work, and yeah, it's really just about exploring, learning from nature, like nature as the teacher. So that was a huge piece of inspiration for Earth Kids. But we've also brought in lots of other things as well, particularly like permaculture. We're a permaculture organisation, so that's always been integrated throughout as well. And really, I think that earth connection work just fits into that whole framework of permaculture. And yeah, we've had lots of First Nations guest speakers and staff as well, who've really brought in those perspectives and knowledge as well, which I think is a really important feature of the Earth Kids program.
And
He's had a number of Indigenous mentors and teachers over the years. Actually, in a way, I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who's a parent who has kids, and he was just asking, do you run school holiday programs? Because before that we just did tours, and kids would come from schools for, usually just a couple of hours, have a quick visit, and then leave again. Yeah. And so he just said, oh yeah, you should run school holiday programs. And this was around the time that I'd been doing a number of workshops with John Young. And yeah, I think partly it was just that conversation. It was, and I guess seeing that opportunity, there is really something else we could be offering here that we don't. Oh, look, so many moments, but I think the thing that really comes to mind for me is the moments of excitement when kids get excited just about discovering some cool spider, or you know, and they just get sidetracked and focused on that, and just that curiosity. And also we have a practice called nature names, where at the start of each program the children are given or sort of they choose a nature name that's an animal or plant from this area. And so I just have this very vivid memory of one child whose nature name was a blue-faced honeyeater, and when they saw a blue-faced honeyeater for the first time, they just got so excited, you know, seeing their nature name. So it was really seeing that connection that can be built just through that very simple practice of like choosing that nature name.